Hi everybody, Coach Gyl here. Welcome to another episode of the Triathlon podcast, the podcast where we dive deep into all things triathlon. I'm your host, Coach Gyl, and today we've got a special episode for all you beginner triathletes out there. I'll be focusing on the swim leg. So we're talking about swimming basics today. Specifically, I'll be addressing the challenges and providing some essential tips to help you get started on your swimming journey. So, you've decided to take on the challenge of a triathlon, but the thought of swimming in open water is causing a bit of anxiety. Don't worry, I've got you covered with a step-by-step guide to help you conquer the waters. Let's start with the basics. And that is indeed, number one, master the basics. The first thing you want to do is have the right equipment. A starter list would include a pull buoy, a snorkel with a center mount, a kickboard, short fins, some people call them zoomers, and hand paddles. After that, once you get into it, you might want to get some added tools such as an ankle strap and a tempo trainer, but let that be for later. You don't need those to get started with essential swim techniques. And that leads us to the next step. You need to learn the fundamental swimming techniques of swimming the freestyle stroke with the specific aim of freestyle swimming. While freestyle is the stroke of choice for racing, and it's what you should spend the majority of your training time on, it helps during a training session to learn a few extra strokes, such as the backstroke. That's the reverse of freestyle or the crawl. It's a good way to use the reverse muscles. The breaststroke, that is good for taking breaks or a little recovery between hard sets, and the butterfly, well, just for fun. The best advice is to take swimming lessons or seek guidance from a qualified swim coach to ensure that you learn the correct form and technique. Practice only makes perfect if you are actually perfectly practicing. That's from Coach Gyl. And just a little added tip, really the whole point of learning the techniques, mastering freestyle, is so that you can perform in open water. Let's not forget that. So some other things you can do in the pool is learn how to turn around in the pool and find the exit point in the pool or as in open water, as if to simulate you're in open water, which is difficult to do in the pool. So therefore, you must be prepared to spend some time getting comfortable in open water. That means, at least for me, I think, just modestly, at least have one open water swim session a month. If not, I guess it depends on the time of year and how far you are from water, but at least once every 2 months, just to get a feel for the water. It is different swimming in open water than the comfort of a warm, cozy pool with lines. So this skill will come in handy during race day, helping you navigate efficiently and avoiding any unnecessary stress. Moving on to our next segment, mastering the essential swimming techniques. So swimming techniques, that's the key to everything. It is not about jumping in the water and going as fast as you can. You won't succeed that way. The first step is to swim slow and just work on the basic techniques and it is through mastering the techniques that you get faster. So, focus on perfecting the freestyle stroke, and we also call that the front crawl. It's the most efficient stroke for triathlons and will help conserve energy for the bike and run. Another important technique to add to your arsenal is bilateral breathing, and that means being able to breathe on both sides. This not only improves your endurance, but also enhances your balance in the water, and during open water swimming, it allows you to see what's going on both sides of you while racing. It's a game changer for long distance swims. Now that we've covered the basics and the essential techniques, let's discuss crafting a solid training plan. Following a structured swim training plan is key. Incorporate workouts that focus on speed, endurance, and technique. You'll start with shorter distances and gradually increase as you build confidence and strength. Consistency is crucial in triathlon training, and swimming is no exception. Make a schedule and stick to it. It's better if you swim less often, but always hit those training sessions than to schedule 3, 4, 5 sessions in a week and you're barely doing one. Aim for regular swim sessions to build endurance and muscle memory. There are plenty of free training plans online for all distances and goals. You can even go to ChatGPT and it will give you a decent training plan. But I would suggest either purchasing ready-made plans from an experienced coach, which normally they aren't too expensive. Or if you have the money, I strongly suggest finding a triathlon coach. And this is something I will bring up a lot during this podcast. And it's because while you can find everything online for free, a coach can offer you highly personalized plans that will address where you are now on your triathlon journey, take all of your personal data into consideration, and that includes your lifestyle, your background, your mentality, and push you toward where you want to go and often beyond where you want to go. Next up is getting into the specifics of pool practice. Spend time in the pool refining your strokes. Work on your kick, your arm movements, and body position. Those are constant things that we can't let up on. We have to always work on those because just some tweaks and we can get faster. Use pull buoys and kickboards to isolate specific movements to improve overall form. Include swim drills in your training sessions to improve specific aspects of your technique, such as body position, breathing, and arm stroke. These drills help you develop efficient and smooth swimming movements. And again, don't hesitate to seek guidance. This is, like I said before, you can practice something, but if you're practicing it wrong, you'll never get it right. So consider joining a beginner-friendly swim group or consulting a swim coach for personalized advice and support. So now that we have a little pool practice under our belt, it's time to transition to open water. I've said this before, you must include some sort of open water practice in your training plan. It doesn't have to be all the time, but some. So you find a safe location. It could be a lake or the ocean to practice swimming in natural conditions. This step is crucial for adapting to the challenges of open water, such as waves and currents, Often you can't see when you put your head in the water depending on what's going on. Again, I suggest an open water swim at least once a month if you are preparing for a race. While you're in the water, you don't have to stay in open water as long as you would the pool. There are certain things that you must do though while there. It's a different skill set for open water swimming. And the first thing is practicing sighting. And that means being able to lift your head up to see where you're going, to lift your head straight ahead, to see where you're going, and adjusting to the dynamic nature of open water. So that also means once you see where you're going, you notice you're going in the wrong direction. It happens a lot. Being able to adapt and adjust your body so that you get back on course. It's a constant challenge, a constant dance with open water to stay on course. In doing this will also give you the confidence you need when race day arrives. That way, in the morning of, you'll still be nervous, trust me, but you won't be as nervous because you've already proved to yourself that you can do this. You can swim in open water. Lastly, we'll touch just a bit on being consistent and also being patient. Consistent practice is the key to success in swimming. It's not just about speed. It's about overall efficiency and comfort in the water. Remember, swimming takes time to master. It's the most technically demanding of the three disciplines, especially if you're new to the sport. So be patient with yourself, embrace the learning process. Don't forget to enjoy the journey. Triathlon is about pushing boundaries, and conquering the swim leg is a significant achievement. And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Triathlon Podcast. Thank you for joining me, and I hope these tips help you navigate the waters of triathlon swimming. If you have any questions or topics that you'd like me to cover in the future, reach out to me on social media or through my website. Please give me a subscribe, give me some like, share this with your friends, and until next time, happy swimming, guys, and happy trying. See you soon. Bye-bye. Bye.